Okay, here we are, day 2 of my rat rod build. Looks like the same from yesterday, but it isn't. I did some detail work. Let me see. Let me adjust the camera a little bit closer. As you can see, well, let me take it apart. The cab actually is turning out to be a kind of a Native American theme rat rod. I found this cool bracelet, some Native American designs, and a butterfly. And the hood is gonna be cool. I found this at a thrift shop. Most of these pieces come from antique shops. You maybe pay a little bit more, but sometimes you can find some good like costume jewelry for cheap. I don't like thrift stores too much. They seems like, from what I heard, the employees take all the good stuff. But this is pretty cool. You can kind of see the engine through these vents here, so that'll be cool. And then I chose this lighter for the motor. I think this is a badass lighter. It works, but not what I'm gonna use it for. I'm not sure if I want to put it this way or upside down. I'm still working on that, but that'll go right there. So what I did yesterday is I wrapped the wheels in that cloth I was telling you about, that stretchy fabric. So I did that to the front and the rear tires, and also I cut the napkin rings. Not sure what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I want a gap between the tires or bring them together. I'm still working on that. These are just taped in just to see what it looks like. These are the bottom pieces of the napkin rings. I flattened them out. I don't know if I want to do that or just leave them open or do like a running board type of thing. We're still working on that, but the main thing was cutting these napkin rings and wrapping the tire with this fabric. Oh, and then kind of assembling the frame. Remember, I didn't know what I was gonna do with the front wheel, how I was gonna approach that. I found these old Elvis glasses in a thrift shop. Got them for $5, and I used the frames. You can see the frames for the actual frame itself on the car or the rat rod. And see this rubber band here? I put that there just because that's where I want the body to sit. I don't want to sitting it too high. You know, I want that slammed look, low and slow, just like that. But anyway, there was a lot of assembly and reassembly, because you see how I put these beads in there just for spacing, and for looks. I think they look kind of cool, and that'll sit there. Now I use E6000 glue, but it takes a while to dry, maybe overnight. I'm thinking about putting them here, but I ordered a soldering gun. I'm gonna try to solder them, since this is gonna be real heavy. This thing is real heavy, this violin. So I'm gonna try to, again, I'm gonna try to solder. I tried soldering before, but I end up melting some cool pieces that were like real thin metal. So I kind of shied away from soldering. But I want this thing this frame to be solid because this thing is pretty heavy. And then the back wheels, I'll probably solder that too. I did a lot of work on the back axle too. You can see I added some beads for looks and for spacing. What I like about the way the violin is, it has this little piece here where I can put the back axle and it sets the height perfect. But I don't know, maybe I'm gonna experiment with flipping it over because it does have this cool design on it, but I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to see it once I put everything on it. So this is how it's shaping up. I got, like I said, I wrapped the tires in that fabric so it looks like rim tire and the white walls. And then I got the fenders like that. Left fender, right. I had to mark these because they're all slightly different than from each other. So it's starting to shape up. The motor, the hood, and the cab. I don't know if I'm gonna use this for the cab. I got something coming today that I think will make a really cool cab. It's gonna be good for the look of a rat rod. You know what a rat rod is? I think I explained it, where they use different parts to make a cool car, as compared to a hot rod, which is more polished, you know, cool paint jobs. But a rat rod, they just put a bunch of pieces together. So I'm already thinking ahead. I had this cool little pulley. I forget what they call it, where there's two pulleys on each side. But now I'm thinking like a pickup truck or something, or a tow truck. I'm still thinking about that. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I do know I'm in the back. I want it to have like a old wooden deck back there. So a while ago, I found this cool bracelet that had all these cool sayings on it. I'll run them this way, but you can kind of see where I'm going with it. That cool wood bed in the back. So I'm playing around with that. And then in the front, I'm already thinking ideas for the grill. I used the bird cage before. I don't know. I don't like to repeat my designs, but I don't know. Maybe I'll use this little bird cage. I might have to get rid of that little bird. We'll see. But then I have this bracelet I found in an antique shop to might make for like a cool bumper maybe. I don't know. We'll see. The main thing yesterday was getting the fenders cut, the wheels wrapped, and then and all the spacing on the axles. I wanted to make sure I got those at the right position. There was a lot of unscrewing and screwing them back together just to get the spacing right. And then again, I may break out the solder and solder these to the body. So that's day 2 of the build. Oh, I had to break out the power tool because I was getting carpal tunnel screwing and unscrewing these wheels. So there's my girls. And no music today. I'm watching these rat rod videos on YouTube to get a feel for the rat rods, coffee. Anyway, I got this cool thing coming in the mail I'm gonna use for the cab, but maybe I'll experiment today and do a video for tomorrow. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye.